while coming back to how
Admissions.
to get admissions at University of Agder. So basically, it's just in addition what I have said till now. When you are applying to any university at Norway, as I said, because they are considering this PhD positions as a job, as you are not be treated as a student. So because of that, you have to apply through a website called JobNorg.
Job?
So I can spell it for your
Yes, yes,
viewer.
yes,
It's
yes, yes.
called JobNorgGE.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's the official website of Norway. Yeah, I will send you the link so you can add it in the description. That will be better.
Yes, yes.
So from that website, anybody can access that website. You have to just make account there.
Mm-hmm.
And if not, that's the official website of Norway to get like if you want a job where you'll search. So that's the official website from where you can search.
Okay.
So there only you will get all the PhD positions, postdoc position, assistant professor, associate professor, all the positions you will get it from there.
Okay.
So so yeah, that is one thing. Otherwise there are like some different private websites also, like academicpositions.com.
Yes, yes.
So from there also you can search because these they also take all this information from JobNorg website only.
Yes, yes.
But yeah, it's like JobNorg is only for Norway, but if you want to apply whole Europe, then you
Mm-hmm.
can take this academicpositions.com website, and then you can search. Like it's like very user friendly website. You can easily find in which domain you want to apply. You can easily search and you can apply.
Mm-hmm.
So so that is the thing. So once you have seen the notification
Mm-hmm.
for the PhD position, you have to open it, and then automatically, whether you have applying from the different website or from directly from JobNorg, you will be like directly going to that website only, JobNorg website only, because that's the official website. So
Okay.
everything will get directed to that website.
Mm.
So you'll go to that website, and then it's like a 6-step process in which you have to write about your introduction.
Okay.
So it's like that website will create your CV. They will ask literally everything what you have done in your life, from education to your research project to your co-curriculum, extra co-curricular,
It's like
everything
a CV.
they will ask. Yeah, it's like, yeah, they will create your CV there.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, in UIA, basically at University of Agder, the admission process is like um, from that JobNorg website, you have to apply, and once you have created your account and you have filled all the information about you and created your CV, then you need some document which is like prerequisite
Yeah.
in all PhDs before you're applying, right? So in Europe, IELTS is required. Any
Okay.
English proficiency exam, not necessary IELTS, but
TOEFL.
I gave IELTS, so I prefer, yeah, TOEFL, PT, different English proficiency exams are there. And in some countries, they consider this class 12th mark sheet also,
Mm-hmm.
because they consider that your education have been done in English medium. So
Okay.
because of that, they feel like, okay, then you do not have to write English proficiency exam because you are like much proficient in speaking English than others. So then they consider that,
Mm-hmm.
because if you see, we speak English in India, like in our whole education system is English based. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so it's fine. So some of the institute in some countries they consider that also.
Okay.
So that is one of the prerequisite which you have to like do before applying, because after applying, if you're going to write IELTS, then it will take time,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you have to write IELTS beforehand applying to any university or any um, university at Norway or at UIA, anywhere. So that is one thing. Second thing is that at UIA you need motivation letter, like why you want to do PhD, how you got motivated to do research. So these kind of question which you have to like answer in that motivation letter, and why you want to join this university, right? So these are the like main questions which you have to like answer in the motivation letter.
Mm-hmm.
Third thing is that obviously your master degree
Okay.
and the transcript. If like a lot of people get confused. What's the difference between transcript and this grade card,
Yeah.
the scorecard which we get at the end of our
Consolidated grade
masters,
sheet.
right? Yeah, consolidated grade sheet. So yeah, so basically outside people here, they think like that. When you are in the final year of your masters, then you are applying for the PhDs. So that's why they ask for transcript, because if you are in the final year, you don't have consolidated grades
Yes,
scorecard or grade card with you. So that's why you have to submit transcript. It's the photocopy of your scorecard until the third semester what you have done, and then that you have to like provide. So, but if you have like already passed your masters, then you do not have to provide transcript. Directly you can provide your scorecard. So that
Okay.
will work. So yeah. So in the while you are applying at UIA, they will only mention transcript. They will not ask about scorecard. So even though if you don't have transcript, you have scorecard. That is like perfectly fine. You can apply because you have passed your masters. So you can apply directly from your scorecard. After that, justification. That is like one extra document which I felt was not there anywhere in other countries, is that justification for the project. Why they are asking justification for the project? Because as I told here, the project is you're doing you're working as an employee here, right? So so you will be given a specific project. It's
Okay.
not like there will be a wide area of research, and then you have to like explore, and then you'll come up to some topic, and then you'll discuss with your supervisor that okay, I want to work on this area. No, it's not like that. It's like already defined,
Okay.
because it's a
Predefined
3-year
topic.
PhD. Yes, so it's a 3-year PhD, so that's why it's like a predefined topic, and based on that topic you have to do your research. So even though that predefined topic will be also like very broad, you can like go here and there. It's like fine, but yeah, like the topic will be already defined. That okay, that's why when they select people for this kind of position, they want somebody who is like uh, who have like much knowledge about that topic and have interest also in that research, because they feel like 3 years, if you don't have interest, if you are not motivated, then it like they can't motivate you, right? You have to be
Yes, yes.
motivated to work by yourself.
So that's
So
called
that's why
justification.
yeah, so that's why you need to justify why you are like suitable for this position. So yeah, so yeah, pretty much that much only you require. You don't require the SOP here. They don't
Okay.
ask like separate SOP. In motivation later only, if you want to add your statement of purpose, you can do, but that's up to you what you want to write in motivation later. So yeah, that much.